Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to Democracy 3. My name, of course, is Over Potato. Today we are continuing as a semi-independent Scotland, and it's going pretty well, to be honest. There's nothing too much to complain about. Now, something that I forgot to note at the end of the last episode, this whole flooding damage thing, it is going to be ending, not this turn, but the turn after that for sure, and that is going to give us a very much needed 14% boost to GDP. So, without a doubt, cannot wait for that. We were a little bit shaky in terms of income and whatnot, and our GDP. So our GDP has been slowly recovering, because mostly we got rid of uncompetitive economy. When did we get rid of uncompetitive economy? Got rid of it there. Got rid of uncompetitive economy there, and that gave us a substantial boost. But then this whole flooding damage business gave us a very, very bad boost. So a very, very bad loss of GDP. So that's not great. So looking forward to getting that boost back. Now, our current, that's saying that we've got a surplus. Well, we've definitely got a deficit. We've currently got a deficit of 2 billion. I don't know why it's not saying there. Oh, in fact, no, I know why it's not saying there. It's because we introduced the flat income tax. That's a very, very good point. That is why we're going to have such a large surplus. So we're going to be running a surplus next turn, which is great. Everybody's going to be a little bit pissed off with us though, so that's fair enough, to be honest. Our income absolutely shot up. We're now running a 53.39 billion surplus. Great, that works for me. But basically, we need to absolutely shred our debt. We just need to get that down. We're gonna run this for basically 2 turns. Flooding damage is gonna go away next turn. That's gonna give us another boost to GDP, which is exactly what we want. Homelessness is still way too high, so we need to find a way to reduce that, and we will in the future. Religious symbols in schools. We are going to say introduce the ban. Religious people don't really care about us anyway, so it doesn't really make that much of a difference. Credit rating has been upgraded. It's now AAA. That's fantastic. Flooding damage has ended. We should see a very big increase in GDP. Indeed we did. Very, very happy with that. A 60.59 billion surplus. Well, let's just reduce this debt just a little bit more. I feel a little bit disingenuous by introducing this flat income tax, you know what I mean? Media backlash. Sorry about that, I'm afraid. An 89 billion surplus. Oh my goodness. That is quite crazy. Alright, we'll run it for one more turn and then we will cancel it. What's the maximum political capital we have? 58. 58 is our maximum. I guess we should probably spend it on something. Maybe... I don't really know, to be honest. What would the government introduce? Maybe some green industry subsidies? Capitalists are going to hate us, but whatever. This will actually help our economy. Will help GDP. Yeah, you know what? Let's go for it. I'm happy with that. And we'll go to the next turn just to ensure that we've got enough political capital to get rid of the flat income tax. Oh, look upon those countries with debt problems and laugh. Now he's, yeah, oh, I say prudently to the bank balance looks just great. Yep, I know. It looks great. We cleared all of our debt, which is fantastic news. And we should have, well, we're running a surplus, and we should have a surplus of 80 billion. Yeah, that's fantastic. You really can't complain about that in the slightest. Why did our GDP go down? Why did it consecutively go down? I don't know why it did, but whatever the case is, we are going to absolutely get rid of this flat income tax. Yep, no siree. It maybe bring us in 60 billion or whatever, but no, just no. Yeah, we've got reserves now rather than debt, which is very, very comfortable. Very, very comfortable indeed. Battenberg Group, nobody seems to hate us that much. That's very, very nice indeed. Very, very nice indeed. Homelessness is still a big issue, as is unemployment. Unemployment is not great. I'll be honest, unemployment is not great. I never understood this about GDP. It seems that the higher GDP you have, the more unemployment you have, which just makes no sense to me. And it seems like one of the only ways to increase unemployment is to do it through the public sector. So, like road building, military spending and whatnot. However, I do actually have a project that that is going to be worked on. The national monorail system is going to reduce unemployment by, well, not a substantial amount, but at least 5%. So I'm quite happy investing in that if we've got a little bit of extra moolah to spare. What else? What else do we want? Stray animals care? No, don't think so. Small business grants. You know what? Small business grants is something that I can get behind. And this is going to basically decrease the number of socialists we've got in the country. Which is not something I actually really want to do in retrospect. I want socialists. I don't want capitalists. Although, we are reducing the number of capitalists fairly slowly. Oh well, it's worth a shot. Well, perhaps small business grants is not something we actually want. We don't really want to increase the capitalist membership. Capitalist income. Whatever. Screw it, we'll leave it like that. Oil drilling opportunity. We are going to prevent drilling. In Scotland, there's been this whole discussion about fracking recently, and the government has recently ruled that that all fracking applications will be turned down. So we will do the same here as well. Alright, we're still running a surplus, albeit a smaller surplus than we were running last turn. Housing expansion, we are going to relax the planning law so that we can build more houses to hopefully solve the homelessness crisis. Unemployment is unfortunately still rather high. Do we have an unemployment benefit? I don't know if we really do. That's pensions. That's equality. I don't think we've got an unemployment benefit, to be honest. I do not think we do. Huh. Oh well, that's all right. National monorail system is going to be it's going to be coming into full force very, very shortly. That's nice to see. Science funding. This is going to potentially reduce unemployment. Oh wow, this is a great way to get extra money. I mean, look at this. Look at this increase in GDP. That's a 4% increase. That is not to be sniffed at. That's very, very good. Yeah, I think it's mostly just unemployment that we really need to crack down on. Immigration. We could reduce immigration. I suppose we probably do try to reduce immigration. Yeah, right. Let's try reducing immigration, and as such, that should mean that unemployment goes down. It's worth a try anyway. I mean, the Liberals are going to get a little bit annoyed at us, but hey ho. 85 years life expectancy. That's not too bad. Unemployment has indeed gone down. The ban on fox hunting is reducing unemployment. I suppose it would, but you're not telling me 1.91% of the population of Scotland is involved in the running of fox hunts. That seems a little bit daft. Automation. Industrial automation. This is something that's just going to creep up just over the course of the game, because that's how it works. So there's not much we can do to deal with that. We are running a slightly larger budget surplus now. Our GDP is picking up. Our income is marginally above our expenditure, which is where it needs to be, and it's got to be there, otherwise we're in some trouble. And the global economy looks like it's actually picking up, which is really fantastic news. Our surpluses, our reserves, our collective surpluses total 84 billion. So if we ever get into any trouble, then, you know, we've got that backup, which is really, really nice to see. Right, homelessness, it's coming down. It should be coming down. It better be coming down. Unemployment benefit. We do have unemployment benefit. That's a real shame there, because this does increase unemployment. However, it would get rid of homelessness. This is a really difficult policy, this one. This is a really, really difficult policy. I suppose we try and leave it where it is, because we want to get the bonus for reducing homelessness, but we don't want to stray too far into the territory of we are actively increasing unemployment, because that is just not something that we're interested in doing. I mean, we've worked very hard to get unemployment down. I mean, we've we've introduced, you know, sciences funding and the national monorail system to try and, you know, just get people into work. So it would be a shame to throw that all away by increasing unemployment benefit. Oh well. What else can we do? State schools. We could up expenditure in state schools. I mean, yeah, I guess that would be an option. Unemployment would actually fall by around 20% if we did that. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. That's really not bad. Alright. Wages. The average wage level in your country. Okay. Okay, you know what? That's fine. How's inflation looking? Inflation's looking pretty bad, actually. Pretty bad. Let's try and actively reduce inflation. It's going to increase poverty by a little bit, but poverty is actually very, 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 very low already. Alright. That's good. You know, I think we're making, you know, some decent decisions. Purchasing power, an indicator for the number of goods or services which can be purchased. A low value is a sign of poverty, whereas a high value indicates wealth. That's okay. We're doing fine here. This is not too shabby. We are bumping GDP up by 13% because of our purchasing power, so that's not an insignificant amount. Alright, let's continue. People smuggling, we're going to allow them to stay. I think that's probably what the Scottish government would do. Alright, great. 1.9 million members in the Scottish National Party. Well, that is a very, very large number. Probably an unrealistically large number, if I'm completely honest. Alright, homelessness. Come on, we just need to get rid of homelessness. I really, really am very keen to get rid of homelessness. Extradite terror suspect. You know what? Yeah, let's extradite him. Who really cares? And again, a further larger surplus. That's very, very good. Unemployment is continuing to fall ever since we introduced the national monorail system and we tried to crack down on immigration. Yeah, immigration's fallen hard. Immigration has fallen very hard, so it's nice to see that unemployment is going down because of the difficult decisions that we actually took. Alright, let's just go to the next turn. Let's get this housing nonsense out of the way. Wildfires, wildfire damage +1. That shouldn't be an issue, should it? I mean, we had... Where is it? It's not this thing. It's the other government body that we introduced. Oh, did we not? Wildfire damage. Well, where would it be? Would it be here? I guess we completely mitigated that then. I guess because of the government body that I can't actually find at this moment in time, because of that government body, it worked. It worked. Or maybe we just repealed it. I really don't know. No, it looks like it's not here, so it must be out in the real world somewhere. I don't recall what it was called though. I'm sure there's probably a few people shouting at me right now, but hey ho, you do what you gotta do. Is this it? No, that's water purification. How is the water supply? It's fine. Water supply is fine. Water demand. That's cool. I don't really know what water demand actually is. Electricity consumption is going up, which increases our oil demand. And oil demand affects the price. Alright, so basically it's the high electricity consumption that's causing us to have the high oil demand. Alright, that makes sense. That makes sense. That completely makes sense. Alright, that's good. The problem of homelessness has finally been eradicated. That is great news. I'm very, very happy to see that is gone. Unemployment is continuing to fall at a rapid rate, and a surplus of 21.15 billion is not something to be sniffed at. It is very, very impressive. I'm very, very happy with that. We've been sitting at 56 political capital for a long, long time right now, so I'm pretty happy with that. Let's go another 2 turns. We might as well see what we've got. Oh, wildfire damage. Endra, that's what it was. Well, we're already fully funding Endra, so that should be should be a surefire way to reduce this as quickly as possible. It's a good thing we actually did introduce this government body. Yeah, very, very happy with that. Yeah, not too shabby with that. I mean, that is what. How much of our GDP is it going to take away? 15% of our GDP. That's somewhat of an annoying setback. 2 million members of the Scottish National Party. Wow, that's a lot. Okay, you're tired of serving government and you may wish to leave your position and possibly politics altogether. So I need to please farmers and liberals. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to please any farmers and liberals. I'm going to fire you. Sorry about that. We need an environmentalist. An environmentalist and a capitalist? Why would you choose such a strange affinity? Liberal and parents? I guess we can hire you. I mean, liberals don't hate us that much. Well, I say that much. This whole border controls thing has really upset them. Wiretapping also seems to be upsetting them rather a lot. Let's do that. And besides, we can save a good 30 million on that. I mean, 30 million. It's crazy to think that 30 million to a government is like nothing, but to anybody else, 30 million is like an entire life's wage. It's pretty crazy. GM food proposal. We are going to ban the sale of GM food, actually, because the Scottish government recently did this, and you know, we're following their footsteps, so I see that as completely legitimate. All right, it's going to be done in a couple of turns. Wildfires. That's great. Let's go ahead and finish the episode with an election, because we want to see what happens. Of course, absolutely smoked the opposition. Absolutely creamed them. Wow. Almost 10 times as many votes as they got. Fantastic. Really can't complain with that. That is very, very happy. Unemployment has gone up a little bit, which is not great, but we'll deal with that in the next episode, because for now, ladies and gentlemen, my name of course has been Potato. Hopefully you've enjoyed some Democracy 3, and I will see you next time. Bye.